Hey there, Joy of the World friends and family. I am Joy, here to take an intuitive peek into the energies going on around us. Today is March 3rd, but these are always timeless. But this is being put out for those of you who seek a dated reading. And as of today, Mars is rolling into Gemini, and it seems by some cards that are out that we are right. Let me get it off this glass table. Come on. You gotta put your tenacity on this. Some powerful energy coming in. Red, base root, Muladhara chakra. Talking about free yourself from pain. This has to do with partnership. So some of you may be tied up, bound up. It was an energy session I was doing yesterday that led to that occasion that many are blocked in this area. And what seems singular can be blocked dual. Because what enters in through there is our source and our resource, our love and our money, our resources, our provision. Okay, prosperity and provision, that type of energy coming on through. Now this is shrouded and hemmed in by the emanations. Okay, the angelarium is coming on in here. Now first thing they want to take a look at is right beneath this we have semi coming in, semi-kill. Look at that. Okay, so we have the angel of vengeance, but this has to do with a web around your mind. What is wild is what I see here is having to hold count of the court is what you're talking about. Having to, it's kind of like paying off a debt while you're still trying to live your current life. You're having to hold off these energies, hold out, to hold it down. There's blood stain on the hands and so guess what? They wouldn't let me dump it. So that's exactly what is happening. There is this dissipation of energy because your energy is having to go into directions to maintain, sustain. That blood that's on the hands is your own. That is what is disappointing here. It's on the hilt. It's on the shaft. It's having to slay yourself and restrain yourself all the time. That is the slaying. When you restrain, you reduce, you dumb down. It's like when you blow up a balloon and you let the air out and you screech it at the neck. That's what that restraint is doing. Who loves to listen to that sound for a really long time? Not me, and not you either. That's obvious here. Now, as I look closely, it has made you out of your mind. Are you see what's going on there? Can you see that? That's the head. And so now it's this web of lies that you're maintaining around you because you're having to, in that restraint, edit your response. We can't always control how others come at us, but we can control how we're responding. But this is talking about a semblance of tolerance, and that is not what we are asked to do here. It is about changing the environment because this tolerance, strangely enough, just as it has you out of your mind, you have had to disconnect from your truth, your power source. Do you see here that there is no lower half on Gevura from the bottom of your heart? You're having to live disconnected from this earth, thus from the provision and prosperity. That is why it has been dried up. Mars is here to empower us, and Mars is here to energetically conjunct with Chiron over in Aries to bring in the full power of our healing. But through that, we have to admit and acknowledge that this has made us out of our minds. Having to maintain and sustain is so different than thrive and be alive, okay? That's what they're wanting to step into here. And that's why they said, Joy, you ain't dumping a reading. You're going right on because we're saying what you mean to say. And I'm like, oh, there's the spice of Mars. And y'all, I love Mars. My Mars and my moon are less than 0.1 degree apart in the sign of Taurus. I know about intensity, and it takes lots of action, and not necessarily direct action, focus action onto the issue, onto the subject, onto the whatever. It takes mental determination to live your life, to live a life that is fulfilling. Action can be exercise. Action can be breath work. Action can be journaling. Action can be connecting with friends, however that is in this day and era that we're going through, although some of that restriction is coming off as the winds of change blow on in here. But Gevura is talking about judgment, staking your claim, staking your ground, and beginning to allow yourself to reconnect. You can see your form, your garment, your mantle of your mind, okay, is attempting to make the return of your energy back to this earth star that is coming in. Now, the Earth star is going to contain a pure white light energy that is very similar to rain because here material, yes, it's like material, but material is coming on in. And as you can see, there is no head here either. That's part of the issue, is knowing that when your head returns, when your authority, your power, your permission, your Earth Star, Soul Star connection comes on in, because of the way you've existed and lived for so long, you'll be head and shoulders above the rest. Now, this is not an arrogance thing. You can take a look back at a couple of weeks ago, the daily read that was talking about time to toot your own horn. It's that type of thing. It's not a noisy tooting like, hey, everybody, look at me. No, it's literally when you're in full possession of yourself, when you're fully embodied, it is this confidence and this air of self-assurance. It is a glow. It is a radiance. It is a goldness self. And it is self-contained. It's not pushing off on others. It's not leveraging in your energy and on them. No, it's full empowerment. And the breath moves freely and the sun shines just like it does every day, but it's within, okay? So that's part of me. I got to sit different here. I'll work it out. Anyways, so this material, this rain, is some energy from the center of the earth, the cleansing, purifying power, the waters of washing through. And you think the waters would put this fire out, but this is the fire that does not burn. This is the fire of passion. Now, these waters come together just like our blood needs liquid. It needs the fluid to suspend the blood cells so that they move on through, okay? So that's why we need hydration. So along outside of this, a baby, the new you coming on in here, the high heart chakra coming on in, a new birth, a rebirth, an intentional birth. This is coming in like Quetzalcoatl, the phoenix of all phoenixes, that there's no more of dissipating yourself, dying yourself down. Many of you I'm hearing tell you to take a look at not just your Chiron, but where your Pluto placement is. And wherever your Pluto placement is, go check out that reading. Remember, we are the whole zodiac. I think I have 4 or 5 houses that have no placements whatsoever, but those are still vital. They fill in the space and the gaps. It's just like on a piano, there are white keys and black keys, right? And they both contribute to the symphony, the fullness of the song. So every house in your chart has a purpose and a reason, even if it is a resting house, a place holder. All right. My North Star does not have anything in there, but as we know, the world keeps turning, the wheel of fortune keeps moving. So our eyes are always engaged. They are the eye of God, right? And it's how we see our world. Now here with material and that washing away and that coming on in is making room, opening in your eyes to see the, I can't say possibility. It's not like, oh, possibility. It is the possibility, the heart acknowledgement of a 6 of Cups coming on in. Okay. Ring-tailed lemurs. I absolutely love this. That home is where the heart is and love is where you find it. Now this has, let's see, what are those? Okay, so these are flag irises and also sunflowers. Now in this deck, the sun is represented by a flower. This is Line Strider's Tarot. And your sun had been reduced down to the simple petals. This sun, this solarness, this chakra has to do with love. That's why people try and get sex to get love. They're like, there is my answer. No, there is the chakra. There is the key in which the prosperity and the provision come through, but it's activated in a much different way. All right. So some of you may have been bound or cursed in that area, one of your poles, whatever, and it shows up in the physical body through the bladder, the ureters, and the kidneys. Okay. So right kidney is indicating more action, more of the provision in the father side, and the prosperity. The left kidney is more the mother and the loved and the being loved. Now, love and money are one thing. It is like a road that we navigate. It is a 2-lane street. It is relationship. It is connection. So that's what we're looking for, is to get both poles firing, all right? So that we're operating as a whole circuit, not bipolar, okay? In the unification, the whole-minded self. That's what they're talking about here. And they're asking for this crystal card up that's on top, just sitting off to the side. Very interesting. So we're bringing in pyrite. All right. So some people call this fool's gold. And now the thing is we think because of fool's gold, wow, you're a fool for thinking that was gold. It has no worth and value. Well, that is foolishness in and of itself. So because it's not gold what we assign value, that then it has no value, and that is untrue. Pyrite is tremendously valuable. It's valuable at stabilizing and balancing energies, especially with your poles. It's very grounding and energizing and uplifting at the same time. It's also today talking to me about a corrective power. Now this, remember, is not this type of correction, not this web of lies around your head about what you need to do better, do right, or what you did wrong, or how you need to this and manage this and that. Remember, that's why we're the whole zodiac. Your destiny, your perfect self, when you were up above and created your chart, and you took this assignment of your vibrance, of who you were going to be, the symphony, your song here, not the doings, the amness, right? Who you were going to am when you got here. Okay, being takes consciousness, amness takes wholeness, all right? So that's what we're focusing on, is coming into our solar self. So that is what you're talking about, the connection with the pyrite, restoring here and correcting, coming on, that you see yourself correctly. I know a lot of tarot readers talk about come correct. Now, the truth is things can look off if we are not correct. And it's not about right or wrong, y'all. It's about amness, coming into your truth, coming into the fullness, kind of like this round golden pillow right here, coming into the fullness of who you are, your spherical, your eternity. And in that, it frees your body, your mind, and your soul from pain, because this is a solar issue going on, S-O-U-L-E-R and S-O-L-A-R. So coming into the soul, the center of the self. Now, there's still a little bit of a glitch going on that Chesed is going to deal with up here. Chesed also has to do with grace. We're calling it empathy, but Chesed is the ability to endure in a difficult situation. And as you see here, what's wild, what is being held here closely is Pluto, but is also resonating as a mirror of Mercury. So talking about from top to bottom, holding that there, holding it close, but it is simply a rock and a stone because it is deactivated, all right? Or in some cases, not yet activated. Some of us chose a chart and a birthplace to come on in that was extremely disempowering, all right? And for that, we light your pilot light. I give you permission to succeed, to flourish, to be beautiful and amazing, and to be your truth. Be your whole self. Be the beauty. Share the way you see life. Show yourself to all of us. You'll color in the crayon box. Because you know, I want to color this world. And I love the shade of you. I love who you are. So with that, Chesed is bringing in this knowledge that it's time to map out, to spread out, and to allow Pluto to return to its position in its place of power. This power is the gift of knowledge, the gift of knowing of what is out beyond you, what is beyond the darkness, because Pluto is the keyhole, the gateway to the light that exists beyond the dark, all right? Our goldenest self. Yes, when we go beyond the dark, there is light. It's just like the retina in the back of our eye. It's where the image takes place and then inverts itself to come back forward to give us knowledge of how to proceed. So that is what Chesed is talking about here, is from grace to glory. Grace is the ability to endure, to go through, to gain the Pluto wisdom and knowledge, right? And to return it to your true self, your empowerment here on earth, to light it up, baby. We lighten your pilot light today. We jump in your battery, whatever you need. That is what our channel is about here. And I mean you and me and the rest of us who tune in here. This is our beautiful goldenest ray vibration coming on in to shed the light of truth on us, that we are all uniquely made and beautiful and perfect just like we are. To get into the center of ourself, which is not selfish. Self-centeredness is whole and healthy, okay? From there, we see things clearly and it all begins to make sense. We understand our rhythms. We understand our timing. We understand the variable between rest and work, rest and play, which is what makes the wheel of fortune move. It makes the world keep on turning, and it stays in time, because having success, having fulfillment, having satisfaction has to do with the when. Okay, not just what you want or what it is, it's when. So I might want such and such for dinner, but if it shows up after I just ate dinner because it didn't show up, then I'm double stuffed and I don't want it. You see, so it all has to do with the level of time and space. Big Papa, let me go get him. Excuse me, just a moment. Where you at, Big Papa? Okay, so peoples, Big Papa was at the other counter. They started asking me to come over here to let a little bit of the sunshine in, because y'all, I am so solar. It's in my first house. The only challenge I have with reading and sharing the energy is denying myself the sunshine. I absolutely love it. Now, Big Papa is 57. It's about taking hold of the creative change to bring back in our own energy. And you can see the eye of God circulating behind him. The solarness of our mind, our Mercury coming together, taking control of our mind, the sun aligning in with the moon. This is the sun card who's come alongside to awaken and sprinkle in this fiery passion, the growth and development that was necessary to make up for what you're calling, in human terms, long lost time. Okay. Now, this morning in meditation, they were telling me nothing is lost. It is this beautiful Casic conversion point from grace to glory. Grace is the surviving. Glory is the thriving. It's the eminence, the radiance, and the shining of the sun. What? To discover our strengths, to understand who we are and the beauty of who we are. Okay, this is not the death of some lion. Don't y'all worry. This is your own covering, living and feeling free in your own skin, feeling luxurious, feeling radiant. And as you can see, there is a star there. And as y'all know, our sun is a star. Now with that, alongside we have muscovite coming in. So it's talking about some fragments and some fractals, some unhealthy ones that bend and distort the way in which you see. And this is coming in to clean out toxicity. All right. So it's cleaning it out by bringing it up to our awareness that that is where it is. There's some toxicity planned in your mind. I mean, can you imagine? Look at that opening where everything's been coming on in. But that's what material's coming in to do, is to flush it out. So allow this flushing, this washing, this renewal to come in. And it is coming from the lower realms. The earth is not putting this deep, heavy energy. It is shooting its radiant core central light through you, up and out of your head, in establishing your full world connection. What world? Your world, friend. Remember, your beautiful divine self, bright, bold, beautiful. Come on in, bring your crayon. So here, this is the final development. Let's talk about the Three of Cups. Now, this is a sickly, unhealthy one. One's kind of curmudgeon, keeping on to itself. The other one's too young to know any better. And then we have the one that is just plain sick and tired. This is what is coming in to be spoken about, because you can see the bird spirit up there wanting to talk about this mountain that we need to move. This is a mountain of sickness, of despair, of disparaging, of being bloated and dry. But what is strange is this dryness is an inundation into the wrong area of the tissues. It's not coming into the central force, into the blood, into the circulation. It's being pushed out into the tissues. Okay, the denying of the issues, that fractaling that Muscovite was talking about here, that we need to detoxify. So let's pull those emotions, those feelings, all that wateriness, all that stuff that was so difficult that you were dealing with here. And let's trust that flush of material to draw it into itself, okay? And to push it through and out into pure, beautiful, radiant light. That is the glory. You will shine, my friend. And then we'll begin to see ourselves eye to eye. Okay, so you're talking about wanting to get a solar card. Let's get a solar card on this for joy to the world, people. For our joyous selves, bringing the thank y'all. Let's see what is happening. What stayed close and what went far away. All right, so there's a bit of a stretch goal going on here, friends. First, power in your hand. 5 is an amazing number. It is one that is in the power of your hands, it is in your control, and you can take hold of it. You can bring it into this realm and into this world. It is tactile, and it is called effervescence. Cultivate love. The power is in your hands, and you are that fragrant flower. You are what the sun is shining upon, that you open and you unfurl into your beauty, into your radiance, into your fullness. Remember, the toot in your horn isn't braggadocious. It is the flower blooming. It is your essence coming forward. It is what the earth has sought and longed for. It is why the earth is ready to rain, okay, to flush through and flush out that old toxicity and get you up to par, up to date, current on your bank account. That's what I'm talking about. Let's speak plain truth up in here. And you're like, joy. That is what we were talking about. That's why this was thrown out, stretch, dream a little bit. It's a 32, which again makes another 5. The power is in your hands, and you can see the hands are being focused here, but it's a little bit beyond you, but Spirit is here to help. Spirit is here to help to wash away those gray, rainy days. It's not that type of rain. That's this old stuff that we're talking about here, that survivorship, the trying to make it kind of like the seasonal affective disorder when it's in the cool months of the year and the sun is at a different angle, depending on where you live, okay, latitudinally. where that's coming in at, you can be deprived of the solarness of what you need. Well, having lived like this, you've been deprived for a long time, but it's not lost. Glory's going to step in. That radiance, the moment it kicks on, creates that sphericalness as opposed to a flat circle. And then you have access to all of it. And the neat thing is because your body, your sensibility, your self knows it's whole and it's always there and it's always you. Always is an eternity. It is an eternal word. You have access to it. Therefore, there isn't that up and down, that mountainous self, that sick and that tired, obstacles, anything like that. There's that whole brain, whole mindedness coming on in, that it grants us peace that passes all understanding. It gives us room to live and to breathe and to have our being and to move about. It is what the work and play that you understand timing and rhythm. Remember how we talked about the past slices of our chart? Even my empty houses are placeholders. There's places of expression. Where are they trying to express? Tangibility. Make your dreams real. And here I'm hearing, give them permission. Allow them to flow through. Now, what is neat is with them coming through material and this Earth Star chakra, the red base chakra coming on in, is that empowerment, that permission as it flows through and you feel the rivers of life pouring through you. You feel your full connection and you become the fountain of life circulating on through in all spheres, not just this way, y'all, right? Remember, it is that spherical self. You begin to realize that it wasn't just possible like in your mind and you have to manifest, make it happen. It's simply allowing life force to move through you, easing off that differential that you were experiencing it before and causing the flow. The flow in and of itself is the productivity that brings the dreams up like seeds from the ground to sprout, to grow, and to blossom and fruit and bear harvest. Okay, friend, I hope all this made sense to you. I hope this helped you out in many ways. If it has, leave your comments and compliments down below, to yourself, to others, to whoever, to our world. Let's glow it up with our colors, with our beauty, with our radiance and our eminence. What a bright world we live in. Also, if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button down below. I'd love to have you join this channel here and come back again real soon. It is free as always. Remember that. And if you'd like to know anytime I post new videos, ring the little bell out beside it and YouTube will send you a little notification or put it in your little mailbox that you can check at your own free time. Check out all the videos. They're timeless as always, even the dated ones. And remember, you're the whole zodiac, so just follow your spirit and your soul to whichever message is calling to you. I pray you find yourself, friend, and step in. I love you. We'll talk soon. Bye.